Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my absolute favorite video of the year. I take this video very seriously. You guys know I have been accumulating all my recommendations and I have the best of the best. I feel like this is my favorite recommendations I've ever done. I am that hyped for this video. I hope you guys are excited for this video as well. I know you guys love the Sephora sale just as much as me, otherwise you wouldn't be on my channel because we love Sephora here. So thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and wanting my recommendations. You guys give me the best ones and I hope that we help each other out for this sale season and I help you find the best makeup, hair, skincare, whatever you're looking for. I hope you find it here. So thank you guys for spending some time with me and let's get into my recommendations. The first thing I'm going to start off with this year is from Sephora collection because I figured everyone can actually shop Sephora collection the first day of the sale. You don't have to be Rouge to shop the first day for Sephora collection. We all get 30% off, which is amazing. So I just wanted to share my top favorites. I plan on doing a full face of Sephora collection if you want to see a bunch of other things I like, but I'm trying to stick to the best of the best for this video. These are things I can't live without and things I really want to share with you this sale season. So we're going to start off with what's on my lips. If you are looking for some new lip products, huge fan of these. They're a good price point regardless, but if you get 30% off, may as well pick one up. I plan on actually picking up another shade when I do my wish list. So stay tuned to see which one I want. I have 32 on my lips right now. It is, I think, the lightest shade they do. Perfect mixer. You can lighten up any sort of lip combo with this. It's good for the center and anyone can use this if you're using it as a mixer. So say something's too dark, you want to lighten it up. Comes in handy because often I want that dimension. So I just pop it on the center. It doesn't look too light. It just brightens everything up. Highly recommend number 32. And then also I had to throw this in. I know it's bright and colorful, but I'm a huge fan of this, and if you can get the discount now and it's in stock, you may as well, because this was selling out in the summer. I know a bunch of you bought this because of me, but it is 09 Watermelon Slice. It is a beautiful coral. I actually plan on wearing this with a deeper cherry lip pencil for Christmas because I feel like I can manipulate the color slightly to make it like a really fun, bright corally red for Christmas. So this personally I'll wear year round. I love it. I'll have both swatched for you, but if you're looking for some new lip colors, check out Sephora collection. I'm obsessed with those two. I wear them all the time. Of course, wouldn't be recommendations without recommending the blushes. These initially went viral on TikTok because of Kylie Jenner's makeup artist. He said he used a couple of these shades on Kylie. So MakeupByCheryl, love these. So I have a ton of shades here. I'll swatch them all for you. The one I reach for the most is called Flirted Up, and it looks like this, just a beautiful everyday peachy pink color. Really great everyday staple for me. I can wear this with almost any sort of look. And I also want to get another shade of this for my wish list. So you can see a theme here. I'll be purchasing from Sephora collection come sale time. I recommend them. They're on my wish list. It just makes sense to start off there. And this I just checked on Sephora Canada and it's finally in stock. A lot of things that I had a hard time getting are in stock this year, which is great. If you razor your face, this one is better than any of those plasticky ones. Plus it's less wasteful, so I figure it's worth the investment. It's already reasonably priced, plus the 30% discount, and you can buy replacement blades for this and not just keep tossing plastic. So this is the Sephora collection razor. It comes with a nice case, comes with extra blades. Can buy even more blades separate. It is very sharp, so be careful. Easy to remove the blade and change if you're gonna do that. And the thing I love most about this is that it's weighted. So when you're actually gliding this across your face, the plastic ones don't give that weight. So this kind of does all the work for you. You don't have to put any pressure. I just feel like it works a lot better, feels more high quality, and gives me a better shave to the face. If you were looking for a facial razor, look no further. You can also use this for your brows if you want to clean up around the edges or wherever you clean up your brows. I like to use this as well for that, but mostly just for the face. It's way better than any of those plastic ones. I'm taking my makeup off because I keep touching my bangs too much, so disregard the spots on my head. Did I just make it worse? Absolutely did. I have for you the star of the show. This deserves so much hype. I've been going on about this. If this isn't in your cart already, what are you doing? If you've been following my channel, you would already know about this. If you're just tuning in now, the new primer from Huda Beauty, part of the Glowish line, this is the Blur Jam Silicone-Free Smoothing Primer. When I initially saw this online, it looks like something I don't want to put on my face. However, you would be completely wrong. This was not on my radar at all, and Steph said she was really liking it. And I'm like, okay, I'll add it to cart, I'll purchase and try. And I text her back and I'm like, this is the best primer I've ever tried. And then we both were just going on and on about it. So her and I both agree, this is the best primer ever if you need smoothing to your skin. Her and I suffer from large pores, texture, and this you can actually use all over your skin. And I told her what I like about this a lot is that it's actually really hydrating, which is what caught me off guard, because oftentimes with smoothing primers, you will get something that's too mattifying and maybe you can only put in your T-zone. This you can actually put all over your face, which is fantastic for someone like me who actually has texture along my jawline. So I can put this all over. It doesn't make it worse. It actually hydrates the skin, has a cooling sensation, smooths out the skin, pores, texture be gone. You need this now. This is my #1 recommendation this year and something that completely caught me off guard. And officially, I could get rid of all my primers. That's saying a lot, okay? I could literally dump my drawer and only keep this. If they ever discontinue that, I'm going to cry. What is on your eyes? Okay, I got you. I actually did this eye look when I was doing a Halloween look, just randomly I decided to do it. So I'll put it on the screen if you haven't seen it before. It's over on my Instagram. The shade on my lid is actually from the Huda Beauty Empowered palette. And I wanted to take a moment to talk about the 3 palettes I feel like are really popular this season, and I wanted to try and limit it down to 1 for you and try and save you some money if you're deciding you don't need all 3. And I'm going to tell you who will like what and what I feel would be best recommendation for you. Starting off with the Huda Beauty, I do have the shade Limitless on my eyes. For the tutorial I did with this palette, I actually used the other really pretty shimmer shade in this palette. These are more flake-like, so you can kind of see chunks of product on my eyes, but I used a glitter adhesive with this shade Limitless today to just show you how it looks like on my eyes. Have no fallout, no transfer. In my video, when I used the other shade, I didn't use any sort of adhesive, but that is my preference when it comes to these sort of shades. And I'm talking about this first because I do feel like for the most part, you can create what you can get out of the Natasha Denona in here, and you can create almost what you can get out of the Anastasia as well, except for a couple of the shades which I will mention. So if you are looking for an all-over palette, which I feel you can create very similar looks with the other 2 palettes, I would go this route. This is the one I would recommend for the most people if you're undecided between the 3. If you have a brand preference and you prefer Natasha Denona, get Natasha Denona. You like ABH? Get ABH. Same with Huda Beauty. If it's specifically brand, obviously go with the one you want. However, if it's just based on color story, I feel like for the most part, you can create it just with this. They're all good quality palettes. So you can't go wrong with any of the 3. Just based on the color story, I feel like you can get most of it out of the Huda Beauty, and I'm trying to save you some money. As much as I love recommending you products, I don't want to recommend you everything. I want you to save some money where you can. And the only palette where I feel like you can't get a look specifically from it is because of these khaki greenish grunge tones that are in the ABH palette. So if you specifically really like Haze or Nova, those are the only tones you can't get in those other 2 palettes. So if that's why you're leaning towards this, get the Anastasia because you're gonna like that more. So that's kind of my overall thoughts on the 3 new palettes, who I feel like would like each of them. They're all really good, but you don't need all 3. Hopefully this helps you decide where you're leaning for this because they're all really great formula and you're gonna be happy with any one of those. Another item, which will not be shocking to anyone in the slightest, is my love of the Haus Labs new foundation. This is called the Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. It's a medium coverage foundation with skincare benefits in it. I haven't used it long enough to determine whether that's helping my skin, but my skin definitely looks pretty good. After I remove my makeup, it's super soft, bright, even. Mostly for me, it's how this looks like on my skin because I'm not using makeup as skincare. I'm personally not. I'm using it as makeup, okay? So this is good just as makeup. It perfects my skin. I'm wearing it today. It gives me a healthy glow to my skin. I do have to set it. Wears beautifully on the skin and just makes my skin look more youthful. That's what I really love about it. So it's more perfected, youthful, just has that glow. And I'm currently wearing shade 330. However, I've shown in a video recently that I bought the white shade in it because I wanted to use this as a mixer. I fell in love with the formula so much that this was on my wish list. I kindly got a Sephora Friends and Family coupon code from a subscriber, so thank you so much for sending that my way. I've already shopped some of my wish list items and this was one of them. So I was gonna haul this in my Sephora sale haul, but I love the formula so much, had to pick this up. It's called Fair Neutral 000. It's a lightest shade that you can get from House Labs. They have a fantastic range. And if you are looking for something to mix into your foundations, it's a great mixer. I've tried it with matte foundations. I've tried it with all my favorites. It plays nicely and just lightens up all my summer shades. So I can actually use them in the winter. Cannot say enough good things about that. However, I do have an honorable mention, which I did want to say, and this is the Hourglass foundation. I love this one too. This one I feel like is great for those with mature skin. And I say this because it does soften fine lines. It does great things for texture. You don't really need a primer with this. I used it with the Blur Jam and oh my goodness, I've had my best skin ever with the combination, but really on its own, it works. You can use it on its own. It softens everything on the face, makes the skin more youthful. It's very flattering on the skin. So this is the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. I love it so much. It is a pricier product, Hourglass is. If you can get a discount during the sale, I highly recommend. Those with mature skin, I think you'd really like that. Still give the House Labs a try because it's hydrating and I feel like it works for me, but I had to give a little shout out to that foundation because I've also been really enjoying it. This has replaced my Rare Beauty mascara, which blows my mind because Rare Beauty has the perfect brush and formula, so I thought. And then this one came out and totally shocked me. It was not on my radar again, but I got this in PR. Otherwise, I would not have tried it. So that's one of the great things about getting things in PR. I can try out products I wouldn't normally have purchased, and then I find some great things like this one. So this is one of those rubberized ones, but it has this scoop to it, which I feel like really does a great job at lifting the lashes, separating the lashes, and the formula itself makes my lashes so long and full. Perfect mascara for me. If this has not been on your radar, throw it in your cart for the sale. Thank me later. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous mascara. More on my lip combo, and all three of these products will not shock you in the slightest. If you've been watching my channel, you're gonna guess all these products, but it's a nice little roundup and I'm so excited about all these, can you tell? So much joy talking about my favorites. We have a lip pencil from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This has officially taken the place of my favorite lip pencil of all time. It's in the shade Cool Brown and often this is sold out. So I'm hoping it is in stock for the sale, but it is the perfect brown. I can wear it with all my favorite nudes, perfect shade, perfect depth, perfect consistency, perfect wear. It is perfect. Favorite word of the day, perfect. I go on and on about this because literally for me, it is perfect. If you're looking for a cool brown, it's exactly like the name suggests, with a good wear, doesn't skip, doesn't bleed. Great formula. Look no further than this one. It pairs with warm tones, cool tones, neutral. I'm not gonna say the P word again, okay? It is great. My favorite lip product for every day has been the Dior Lip Glow Oil. And these went viral too, and I thought they were good at first until I started using it consistently and I could see why, okay? I can see why so many people like these, but you don't need all of them because they're so sheer that you really can't tell much of a difference. I got the shade Rosewood. I'm over halfway done now. This one is gonna be one of those ones I'm gonna constantly repurchase. It says it's a cherry oil. I like this better than the Fenty one. I like this better than any other oils on the market. This is my favorite one because it has a little bit more grip to it. Some of the oils I find like seep into my lips and disappear pretty fast. This one I feel like stays on my lips for longer. Super hydrating, the most of any of the ones I've tried. Has the perfect amount of gloss, perfect amount of tint. The word perfect is out of my vocabulary for the rest of this video, I promise, okay? It's my favorite. Had to recommend. And then this one is just for my Sephora US subscribers because unfortunately this is in Canada, but I would be lying if I didn't include this in a video. I get Steph to send me products across the border and she said I needed to try this, so she threw it in my box. And this is the K-Skin Isle Lip Balm SPF 30. This is almost done because I was using this all summer as my daily lip balm because of the SPF in it. And it's always good to wear SPF year round. So I keep this in my purse if I just want a clear, juicy looking gloss. I wear this on its own, on top of lip product. It is my favorite. So hopefully eventually it comes to Canada, but you know how it is with SPF products in Canada. So I'm gonna have to get Steph to stock me up on this during the sale. If you're watching, Steph, throw one in your cart for me. I have been on a journey this past year. I was struggling with false lashes because all of a sudden my eyes became sensitive to every single lash glue on the market. It didn't matter if it was latex free, my eyes were freaking out. Finally, I discovered one that works for me. It's from Velour. You can get this on Sephora. I looked at the ingredients. The list is fairly short, and this is the only thing that I can use on my eyes. So of course, I'm going to mention it. If you have sensitivities and we're looking for lash glue, I highly recommend checking this one out. If you were in the same boat as me, it's worth a try, right? I hope you're able to find a lash glue that works for you. I was so sad for so long because I couldn't wear false lashes that weren't magnetic, but now I can. My eyes are happy again. I wanted to recommend this sale. I've recommended the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. On my wish list was the Rare Beauty, which I actually already picked up. Did you see my trying new makeup with that? I already picked it up. Why am I whispering? This is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. And this is great if you want a little bit more of a lived-in makeup look, not worn by any means, okay? This just makes your makeup so smooth and glowy and set to the face. It wears a long time like Charlotte Tilbury, but this impacts some glow. You want that 4-hour lived-in skin look, which I think is the best makeup as soon as my makeup has been on a little bit longer. This will give that to you right away. So that's why I really like it. It just gives a more healthy, fresh look to the skin while still maintaining the wear of your makeup. So highly recommend this. I only got the mini, but again, full size is something that I will want in the future. I also want a full size of the Rare Beauty, so we will see. And then there's something about one size that has a chokehold on me right now, and I had to mention all these products because they are the best. Specifically, let's go with number one. It is the Turn Up the Base Foundation Powder. You guys knew I was gonna mention this powder. Still love the Dior. In case you're curious, that's great for everyday, super thin. This has a ton of coverage. If you want smooth, flawless, Facetune looking skin, you want to go this way. If you want something everyday, still reach for the Dior. I think it's great. This one I'm recommending this time around just because I've been reaching for it more. Have it in 3 shades because when that happens, it's a love. This is my most used shade, so I'm not going to recommend the other 2 shades because I honestly dip into this the most. You can see I've hit pan. I was thinking, do I get this sale or feel like I can wait for the next sale? Because since doing my Project Pan, powder products, even when they hit this stage, it still takes a while to go through. So I'm thinking I could probably make it to next sale, but let me know your thoughts on this. Should I pick one up just in case? I don't want it sitting around forever though. So let me know your thoughts. But I have the shade Medium 4G. It's my perfect all over face shade. I'm wearing it today. It gives me my perfect skin. It smooths everything out while having some coverage. I like to wear this on top of a liquid foundation. I don't wear powder foundations on their own. I need something liquid underneath to just give me that hydration. And then my favorite blush is this one from One Size. I'm wearing it also today very lightly. It is the shade Very That. And these trios are fantastic. Love that you have play with the texture and formula. So you have a cream here, matte and shimmer, so you can really take it there with whatever you want to do. I like how the cream is a drier cream, so it really sticks down. You can put this on top of a set face. Very good formula in that sense where it's not finicky. And then also the bronzer, which I think is great even as eyeshadow. I like that this has various undertones in it, and I've talked about this at length before because often for me, my undertone is switching if I'm self-tan or not. So we have a warm, a neutral, and a cool. So the makeup artist in me just loves having that sort of play. I can contour my face, I can use more neutral when I'm more fair, and I can use the warmer one when I have a tan because I change when that happens. So this is great, super pigmented though. So just be aware, some people don't like a pigmented bronzer. I like it knowing going in that I need to be light-handed with it, but it's great also for eyeshadow. I feel like it's really nice as well. That is all my makeup. I really wanted to curate it for you guys, what I reach for, what I think is the best, and what I think is worth your money. I don't want to link everything and tell you everything that's at Sephora. This is truly what I use, and I hope you guys check it out. It's really great. Gonna go into fragrance, body care, hair, and skincare because it's all changed. Like my hair has changed. The fragrance, you're gonna absolutely know what it is, and skincare, you can probably guess some of the things. So let's start with my fragrance. My favorite fragrance, can you guess? Before I even say it, can you guess what it is? It is the Clean Reserve Skin Scent. This is me in a bottle. I cannot get enough of this. It is one of those fragrances that you have to reapply, but I like it for that reason because I don't like things strong on the daily. It's nice to have a fragrance that you can wear all day, but often I don't want to walk into a room or appointments or anything that I have and just smell too strong. I like a sort of scent that you have to kind of lean into me, and then you get to know what I smell like, you know? So you got to get pretty close to smell what this smells like on me. I love that. It's so soft and beautiful, and yeah, it just smells like clean skin. It has this musk to it on me, but sweetness, like a sweet musk, which is perfect for me. Like if I could make a fragrance, it would be pretty similar to this. If you want to know what I smell like about 95% of the time, this is it. I've done quite a number on it. I have a ton of fragrances, as you guys know, if you watch any of my fragrance videos. So for me to put this kind of dent on a fragrance, it is love. And they do have this in a travel size too. So if you just want to check out the travel first, definitely do that, but I would just go all in with this one. It is that good. And then for the body, because I feel like this is also scent related and I had to mention this, it is from Sol de Janeiro. It's their Balm Dia Bright Clarifying AHA BHA Body Wash. This one, for this scent, it's the best one that Sol de Janeiro does. If they could make this in a deodorant promptly, I'd be very happy about that. So Sol de Janeiro, if you're listening, deodorant is needed. So this one I really like because the scent does linger. I find this actually lingers a little bit more than the spray. For whatever reason, this sticks on my body, and that's why I really, really like it. I can actually smell this on my one coat. I had a shower and then still my coat smells like this, and I never sprayed the spray. It was just from my body wash and my coat being on my skin, which is saying a lot. If you like similar scents to me, you're going to absolutely love this. As I said, this is my favorite one that Sol de Janeiro does, and I had to recommend the body wash because quite frankly, if I don't use that when I'm in the shower, I'm upset. It just makes me happy, okay? It makes my whole shower experience better. Now for hair, my hair care has substantially changed since I was dark. I've been going lighter since November of 2021, so we're approaching a year now. It feels like it's been longer than that. It's almost been a whole year with my hair going lighter. And during one of the recent Sephora sales, I ended up investing in the Dyson Airwrap, and it was my favorite thing I've ever purchased from the Sephora sale. This I use every time I blow dry my hair, almost every time I style my hair. When I want a blown out look, when I straighten my hair, this brush specifically gets at my roots so well to dry it, give it volume. I use all the attachments. And they recently came out with a new version with a blow dry attachment that's better for frizz. If you're gonna be purchasing this now, it's actually a better time. I love this as it is, and they do have a holiday edition that's out currently, which I will link. And what's really nice this year is that since they have that new model, they actually have stock. So last time I looked at Sephora, you're not going to be rushing to get this. I'm certain it probably will sell out during the sale at some point, but at least it's in stock prior to the sale, because last time I was literally checking at like 5 a.m. every morning to see if it happened to be in stock, and I lucked out. So this has been my favorite thing I've ever purchased during the sale. It is a very, very pricey item, so if you can save 20%, now's the time to do it. Would make a great gift if you gift that expensive of things. We don't in my family. We have like $100 limit, so this wouldn't be something we could gift. But it is a great gift for myself and the best thing that I've ever purchased during the sale. If you've been wondering, it is worth it in my opinion. I highly recommend it. I love how healthy my hair has maintained with highlights in it, because when I had highlights back when I was 19, my hair would always break off. And all the steps I'm taking for my highlighted hair now are definitely helping the health of my hair. I have a bunch of things to mention, but this was the thing I want to start off with first. And also I just wanted to show you the hair in my filter right now. This is your friendly reminder, if you already have this, to clean your filter. So I need to do that. I just wanted to like joke about that because I know some people don't know you have to clean this. I just need to clean it now. So we're just gonna set that to the side. And another product I wanted to mention that I've had for literally years. I don't even know how long I've had this for. It's been well over 5 years. This is the T3 curling iron, and it's the one with interchangeable barrels. I still like to use a curling iron when I want tighter curls in my hair or ones that last and last and last. When I use this, my hair stays curled for days. The Dyson, that's one of the drawbacks of it. It gives a beautiful blown out look, but the curls will drop if that's what you're getting it for. This one will hold a curl for me. So I really like this. If I want tighter curls, I think it's great for that sort of look. If I want a more blown out look, I reach for my Dyson. So just wanted to give this a mention because also this is pricey, but I use this when I want more curls to my hair. And I've had it for years. I don't think I've ever mentioned it though. I think I have every single barrel they make for it too. Like I use all the barrels. There's not one that I reach for more. That one is the one with the clamp right now. I just happen to have in, but I use the clampless. I use the one that's tapered. I use all of them. With every heat style, you need a good heat protectant, and this is what I use from Sephora. It is the Orbe Invisible Defense Universal Protection Spray. I'm sure you could get cheaper heat protectant elsewhere. I just really love Orbe for the smell of it. I'm almost done. I can't see because of the bottle, but this is on my wish list because I need to repurchase. So I'm almost done this. Highly recommend if you're looking for a new heat protectant to put in your hair. Smells good, lightweight. What more can you want? You don't want anything that weighs down your hair. Then to maintain the tone of my highlights, I use a purple shampoo. And I know for brunettes, often people recommend a blue toner. My stylist told me purple so that my highlights don't deepen because blue can actually deepen your highlights in brown tone hair. So I use this. It works perfectly for me. I think any sort of toner is going to dry out your hair. For being honest and realistic, it will. So you do need to invest in some kind of hair mask or treatment if you're planning on toning your hair just to make it healthy and shiny and manageable. But this one is from Olaplex and it's their purple one. It's kind of like an indigo tone because it was leaning bluish to me with my color blindness. This is the sort of purpley blue that I have a hard time telling. Like, is it purple? Is it blue? It looks blue to me, but I've been told it's purple. So thank you, color blindness. Blondes love this. Just highlighted brunette hair. I love it. So I wanted to mention it because often you don't hear about toners from brunettes. And that one works for my hair. A pricey item that I purchased, I believe during the sale as well, that I now have a big size of it. So I initially invested in the mini, and this is the K18 Biometric Hair Science Leave-In Molecular Repair Hair Mask. This is a hair mask that you use after you shower. You do not condition when you're in the shower. So all you do is shampoo your hair, leave this in for 4 minutes, and then you can go about your heat protectant, blow dryer, whatever you're gonna do. Super easy to do. But those are the instructions, and I love this. It took me 3 full uses to really see what this does to my hair, but commit to it. You will love it. When I don't use it, I can tell. And now I have a big size of it. That initially was on my wish list, but K18, I think they saw my video and sent me a big size. So thank you so much because that was on my wish list to purchase. And then Briogeo comes out with their teddy bear hair masks. This one was the honey one. They do the apple one. I wish they would bring back the honey, but it's the same thing, just the smell for me. You know how I like my smells. If you can pick this up, it's a great hair mask. Briogeo hair masks just work for me when I want something simple, if I'm not putting any K18 or Olaplex or anything. I like things that aren't like that for my hair. So this is one of those ones that I incorporate in my routine. I am completely done with this. It's an empty. I'm showing you guys empty. Like this is empty. My skincare I'm going to show you is empty. I've been waiting for the sale. For skincare, the first thing I'm going to mention is an investment. I am first going to talk about one of the devices that I've had for a long time. So I've had a Foreo Luna, I believe this is the mini, for 7 years. I've been using this, and recently I've been working with Foreo, if you guys seen on my channel. So they did send this to me early because this just launched on, I think it was the 19th. So you're gonna see a dedicated video that I did sponsorship with Foreo. This video is not sponsored, but that video that I do a dedicated review on this was sponsored, and I've been using a bunch of their other devices they sent my way. This being my favorite, it's replaced my little mini one, and it has just a ton of features to it. If you're gonna get a skincare device, now's the time to do it to save that 20%. I love the new Foreo Luna 4 because you have different sort of massages you can do with this. The silicone is even softer than previous models. I have the one for balanced skin, which just means normal skin. These work so well at the texture of my skin, keeping my skin nice and smooth. So that's why I really like skincare devices. And this one's just an added benefit because I never had this before, to do little massaging, lymphatic drainage, all those kind of things with the device, which was a nice little upgrade for me. I still love and use this. I'm gonna give this probably to my husband. He can have that because I have my upgraded version now, but definitely recommend checking out the Luna 4. Just launched, as I said, I believe on the 19th, so now would be a good time to pick it up, but I have been working with Foreo in case you've seen any of my sponsored content with them. So I will link my dedicated video about that when it goes live. It should be up before this video, but I'm uncertain. When it is, I'll have it linked for you. Let's go through some skincare empties. So this was on my wish list. It's the Glow Recipe Papaya Sorbet Enzyme Cleansing Balm. The smell of this, I think I have a problem, you guys. I just love smells. And this smells like the bubble tape packaging, not necessarily the gum, just how the compartment smells when the gum was in it. Oh, it's so good. Apart from the smell, this is actually the best cleansing balm I've ever used. It's really good at removing the makeup, but not only that, it leaves my skin super soft, which other cleansing balms either leave some sort of film or they're not as soft as this. That's what sets this apart. On my wish list for repurchase. Then I already repurchased this because I couldn't wait any longer. It was the Glow Recipe Avocado Ceramide Recovery Serum. This is good for barrier repair for me, for sensitive skin, and that's what I use it for. I had to pick it up because my skin was freaking out there for a while. Then also, I wanted to talk about this toner from Glow Recipe. Their products work for me. This one has a PHA and BHA blend, which is better than an AHA and BHA blend for my sensitive skin because the PHA goes a little bit deeper and it's not surface, which is what makes my skin freak out. So I could use this every day if I wanted to, and my skin's not going to become sensitive or irritated from it. Highly recommend checking out if you're looking for a good toner and your skin doesn't react well to toners. It could be AHA, glycolic acid, all those things, the acids that just don't agree with my skin. This one does. Had to sing its praises in this video. And then lastly, for skincare, I'm putting this last because I'm still uncertain about this. Not the products, but whether you can actually get the discount on it, because someone told me previous that Ordinary was excluded because it's already so affordable, but I heard this year there's no exclusions. So if this is not the case, you can just skip this part, I guess. But I have the Ordinary Multi-Peptide Lash and Brow Serum. This is a great affordable option if you're looking for a lash growth serum. This one has worked for me, but I've been really liking it to help my lashes grow, and that in combination with the Tower 28 mascara, I feel like my lashes have never looked better. And then I have the Botox in a bottle from TikTok that I picked up. It's the Ordinary Argireline Solution, which I also picked up the Matrixyl to go with it. The Argireline is the one that's Botox in a bottle, but I was following a bunch of other skincare people that Matrixyl just helps it work a little bit better. So that's why I picked up both. Both you can get at Sephora. But I've been using it on my 11s and just above my brows, specific spots on my face because I don't want to put it all over. My skin can't handle stuff like that. I've been perfectly fine just in the spots that I want to put it on. And I feel like it's been working for me. As you can tell, I use other skincare as well. So just the combination of everything, I feel like my skin is looking really good. So wanted to recommend those products, and I think that's everything for this video. I told you guys, this is my favorite recommendations yet. It's the stuff that I use and love so much, and just thank you guys. Any of these, anything you decide to purchase, you will be so happy with. So thank you guys for requesting my recommendations and just trusting me with finding good makeup for you. We have the same taste if you're watching my video, because you guys always recommend things and we just bounce off each other. So thank you so much for all the support. your recommendations. I'm sure you'll leave them down below of what I should pick up. I'm like signing off and we still have a wish list to get through. This video is so long, but see ya. No, we're gonna quickly go through my wish list. Some of you are like, what's going on here? I probably should split it into 2 videos, but I'm not going to. A bunch of the stuff that was on my wish list I've already actually purchased because of the Sephora Friends and Family sale, but I'm gonna be including it in just one gigantic haul for you. I already need more of this cleansing balm. I want another Sephora blush in the shade Fascinated. I need more heat protectant. All these things I've already talked about. I was debating one of these Charlotte Tilbury beautifying blush and highlight palettes. I keep seeing them side by side. I don't feel like I need both now because they do look so similar. I'm just undecided what way I'm gonna go for that. I also have the Fenty Beauty lipstick in Mother Lava because of Nisha. On YouTube, I will link her channel below, but she did this one tutorial. I'll actually link that for her channel. And I want everything she used. In it, she used this. It's the KVD Everlasting Blush and Honeysuckle. She used the Jouer Cosmetics Soft Focus Hydrate and Set Powder in Tan to bronze up the skin. So I want that, and there was another thing. Oh yeah, the Danessa Myricks Beauty Palette was already on my radar, but she also used that, so I kind of want that too. Probably number 1 on my list though is the Burberry Her Elixir, and this is the Intense version. So the Intense Elixir, I've heard that this is a little bit more creamy, which sounds divine. You guys know how much I love Burberry Her, so I wish they had this in a travel size though. The smallest bottle is $104, so I guess we plan on spending a lot this year. I really want this brush. It's the Refi Duo Face Brush. Can't remember who I saw using it, but you know how much I love dual-ended brushes? I don't have this one. It looks amazing, so I want that. I was considering trying the MAC Cosmetics Fix Plus Stay Over Alcohol-Free Long-Lasting Setting Spray. Might talk myself out of it though because I bought another spray you'll see in my haul. And yes, Sephora Canada does carry MAC Cosmetics. I was considering trying the new eye cream from Glow Recipe. I really wanted the Kayali Love Fest Burning Cherry, but that's currently out of stock, so probably not going to come in stock during the sale. We have one of these Sephora Collection glossed lip glosses in Wild, which looks really pretty. It has like this purpley shimmer to it, which I think would look so good on top of a nude lipstick. Then I wanted to try out the Sephora Collection Cream Lip Stain in Desert Sand. That color just looked really pretty. It says it's a matte nude brick, which sounds, again, divine. We have this Murad Targeted Wrinkle Corrector, which I was debating getting initially, but since I have these Ordinary products, I don't honestly feel like I need it, which is good because that was $99 before the 30% off. So Ordinary, thank you. I also just put in the Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Concealer brush because I saw one of Steph's TikToks and I'm like, you know what? She has multiple of these brushes and she hasn't told me. And that's something I feel like I need too. And I'm sure there's more because, as I said, I already did an order, but I took those all off my wish list. So it's going to be somewhat of a surprise for what you see in my Sephora haul, but it's going to be a pretty big one this year because I have a lot that I really want to pick up. A lot of repurchases though too, things that I'm recommending that I'm obviously purchasing again because I love them that much. Otherwise, I wouldn't be recommending it to you. If I'm recommending you something I wouldn't repurchase, that would be dumb. So now it's officially the end of the video, as I was saying goodbye earlier. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate your support, all your comments, recommendations, engagement, everything. I love that you guys look forward to this video and ask me for it every single year because it is my favorite to do, and I take it very seriously. I spend time curating this for you. Like, this is the best of the best to me. And I hope you can see that I'm recommending you my favorites. You've seen them in videos, heard me talk about them. These are just everything I think you guys are going to love if you haven't tried already, and I cannot wait for you guys to shop the sale, save some money. We deserve this more than twice a year, okay? All the products, of course, will be linked down below, as well as my recommendations, wish list. If I add anything to my wish list, I always like to update that list, so be sure to check it out just before the sale because I do update that wish list as things roll out, things change. My list grows and grows. If you've not subscribed already, I would absolutely love for you to do so by hitting the red subscribe button, the bell to be notified of all my future videos, and I will see you guys in my next one.